I want to introduce some gravity putters. So this is our new putter line, the Gravity. The reason we call it Gravity is because we should use more gravity in putting. Okay, my belief is that putting should be the easiest part of the game. So it should be easy. People make it harder, and we want to help you make it easy. All right. So how do we do that? Let's harness gravity. Let's harness the laws of physics. Let's harness the laws of motion. Right. So all of our putters have a ultra low balance point feature. So anytime you were to balance this, it balances very, very low, very, very low. And most of the time I have people hold it like that. They feel very lack of weight. And then I have people hold it like this, and they feel all the head weight. And then I have them lower it, and then I have them do a pendulum exercise, and boom, they're already a better putter. Why? Because as you rock this back and forth, right? Back and forth like that, back and forth like that, back and forth like that. What have you learned? We've learned tempo. We've learned neutral acceleration coming through the ball. We're not hitting so much anymore. Now we've found our arc. You can see a very steady arc. And with that arc, now I can fit the right head shape to match that arc, right? So that's the ultra low balance point, right? Our heads, we're trying to bring feel back into putting. So the head material for our blades are 1018 carbon steel, and you get a lot of feedback, and it's a very sweet feel. How putters used to be all the way, all the time. You know, back in the day, all the putters felt steel, and they felt great. We're trying to bring that back. And then in our milets, we are using 6061 aluminum. We use a lot of tungsten to create perimeter weighting to make it really easy. And I always tell people, you don't even have to hit the center of the putter. Just focus on speed and you're going to be fine. So these are great material that we use. The coating is ceramic coating. We spent a lot of money with these amazing coating that heretofore were really only available for the tour-only products, and most of us don't want to pay $7,000 for a tour-only product. I wanted to bring that to consumers. When we launched this putter, we had a great quote from Ken Duke who said, finally, the consumer has access to a true tour-only product without paying thousands of dollars, which I love that quote. And that's what these are. One of the features I want to point out is our putters are designed to sit really well.
Yeah, that's one thing we talk about in ours.
Yeah, really well. You know, like a great dog, they sit really well. And what I always try to demonstrate is, look, a putter should sit. Putter should sit. It shouldn't wobble. It shouldn't waddle. You shouldn't have to hold it up in the air. So the way you would take a stance is let it sit, and then move your body into that square position. And now I have a square. My body is square to the putter. And now I can just putt, right? So that's one of the features that we have across the board. One of the features of the sole. So we have a tri-sole. So it sits there. And if you are off the center, you're going to know that. You know. Now listen, some people like on short putts, they want to be a little toe down and hit it short. You can do that too, right? That's an option for some people. But again, really designed to sit well.
I love those. I think that's a great line. Mm-hmm. What's normal lead time for these if someone wants one?
Normal lead time is about a day or 2 days.
Oh, that's it?
Yes. So our factory is in St. Joseph, Missouri. It's 2-day ground to any part of the country.
Smart.
We usually like to get things out the very next day, if not the same day. I'm a consumer as well. I love instant gratification. I need it. I don't want to wait 2 weeks or 8 weeks or whatever. Yeah. So we try to get it out usually the next day, if not the day after.
Can you go over kind of quickly here?
Mm-hmm.
You had hit on something earlier that said some strokes are better for some putters.
Yes.
Straight back, straight through, I'm assuming this.
Yeah, center shafts.
Yeah.
Any center shaft putter design really fits that shallow arc. And that's because we're not rotating that putter through our motions. But if you have a little more arc,
Yeah.
we want something with a heel shafted design. And so we offer the plumber neck. So for example, for this putter, I have a plumber neck option and the flow neck option. The flow neck option is more for more rotation. The plumber neck would be a little less
What's
rotation.
more popular? Like, what has been between those two?
So I think when people shop with their eyes, they love the look of the flow. But again, you know, I always encourage people to match the stroke with the object.
Well, I'm a flow neck. I like the aesthetics, but it's
yeah.
the opposite of what I need.
Right. I always believe the plumber is a very stable design.
Yeah.
You know, it's obviously stood the test of time. It's been around for decades. And I still believe the plumber is a great design, great physics.
That offset a lot of us need,
Yes.
to be honest.
Yes, and without creating too much torquiness. The flow, because of the angle that's created, it does want to torque more,
Yeah.
right? Again, great for some people,
Not for me.
less,
Yeah.
less for other
Yeah,
people.
not
Yeah,
for me. Very
yeah.
cool. The feel is firmer on the aluminum, as we talked about, and then definitely softer on the carbon.
Yes.
And that's
yes.
how everyone, that's done on purpose.
Well, yes. I mean, fortunately, to make a mallet, there's so much volume of metal, so I can't make it in a carbon steel. It just becomes too heavy.
Yeah.
So now I have to use aluminum. Now we use 6061, so it's a great, you know, it's a aircraft grade aluminum. It feels great within the aluminum family. The other thing that we do, which is this ceramic coating, is that, you know what, it softens it up. It softens it up, and it kind of gives it that more of the a carbon steel feel.
Yeah, it wasn't,
You know?
it wasn't harsh.
Yeah, it's not pingy,
No.
right?
It's just,
And
it's, if you test the carbon steel and then go to that, you'll notice a difference.
Yes.
But if you just grab the aluminum, I'm not sure somebody would really notice a difference.
Right.
But I think when you
Right.
compare the two, you say, oh, one
Yes.
is definitely softer
exactly,
than the other.
exactly. When you do A/B testing with humans, they can spot most things,
Yeah.
right?
And then head weight is what on these?
Head weight is 380 across the board.
So it is pretty, it's on the heavier side. I like a heavier putter.
Yes, and that's
Probably why I
for
like them so much.
right, and that's for two reasons, right?
Oh,
So
because
one
this
is
so lightweight.
exactly. So our shafts are 50 grams, and the grips are 32 plus or minus 2.
So you're losing
So-
minimally, probably traditionally 70 grams in a shaft by going from steel to graphite.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you got to add that up.
Yeah. So when people pick it up like this, they say, "Oh my God, it's so light," right?
Doesn't play
So I wanted to add a little bit more weight. You know, when we started with our putter designs, we were at 360 or so. I upped it up 20 because it helps you create more pendulum. It helps you feel the head more. And the other thing is when you pick it up like this, I don't want people to jump so far down, right? Like it's hard to go from such an extreme, and I want to make it accessible, right? So that's the 380 head weight.
I like the heavier weight.
Yeah.
But I understand. So if you had to do quick math, is that equivalent to like a 330 head then? For if you had a steel shaft in there, that'd be about 330, 320-ish.
So from if you had a steel shed, absolutely, that would be the equivalent.
So the reason
right.
I say that is so
Yeah.
a consumer who's watching this shouldn't be like, oh, it's way too heavy for me. Because they don't
No.
play heavy.
Right.
Like when I've said it, I don't
Right,
notice like it's a
right,
heavy
right.
feel.
Yeah, if you pick it up this way, it's still going to be much lighter than your putter, probably even close to 100 grams lighter, right?
Do you think,
But-
and you're in this tech side a bit more than I am, do you think this is where the world is going for putters now? I don't mean the
composite.
Yes.
Yeah, composite.
Yeah.
I think it's I think so. You know, I think with composites you can do so much more on the design, right? With the steel, you're beholden to the diameter and the steps, and that's about all you can do, right? Because you can't really change wall thickness in a steel shaft and
You
all
remember,
those
I'm
things
sure
to mute
the
it.
damper. Yeah,
to
yeah,
mute
yeah.
it, yeah.
And I was
Because
like, oh, we haven't seen that in years.
yeah, exactly. To mute it because it's about resonance, right? And they used to crimp that tip area to certain effects and whatnot. With carbon, you can design it because you can put multiple tips into a shaft design. So for those reasons, I think there's a lot more potential for innovation as we look at the next 20 years, let's say. So I do believe that composites, there will be more composite in putter shops.
Yeah, the other thing before we wrap up, talk about, just walk us through your grips real quick, because I know when people are ordering putters, because even when I come across, it's like, all right, how do I know what grip works better for me?
Sure.
What do you suggest?
Okay.
What do you...
So if you would just do a quick shot of this.
Yeah.
So we have the pistol grip, we have a round grip, and then we have what we call a flat grip.
Okay.
And so the pistol, this is very...
It's the skinniest then.
It's the skinniest, and it has the pistol feature.
Okay.
And a lot of people who are more the traditionalists, they're blade putters. They've always putted with the skinnier grips, the Pingman type of grip.
Yeah.
Definitely the pistol is my recommendation. And then we go to the other extreme, which is the flat grip. So the feature of this is the top line is very flat. So if you were to putt claw, and claw is very popular, this is the natural choice for a claw grip, because your right hand is going to go right on top of that flat grip, right? And then if you want to do both, sometimes you claw, sometimes you do traditional, sometimes you go left hand low, whatever the case may be. Obviously you can do it anyway, but the round grip is very, very versatile.
That's what I have.
Very, very versatile.
I'm not sure what the...
Yeah, this is very, very versatile.
Yeah.